Everyone can picture a duck floating peacefully on a pond as they stroll by, but a closer look at these waterfowl will reveal the ease with which they float. Let's take a look at these ducks behind me to see what I mean. Yes, it seems like ducks hardly need to try to float atop the water. So what gives? How do ducks float so easily? Well, it turns out that ducks have some very special adaptations to help them be buoyant on water. Stick with me and I'll show you exactly what I mean. Let's go birding. Ducks float so easily thanks to 3 key features. Let's go over these amazing adaptations. First, did you know that most birds have hollow bones? It's true, and ducks are no different. Why do you suppose birds like ducks have hollow bones? Well, as you may know, bones can be very heavy, so birds have evolved to have hollow bones to make it easier for them to take flight. In addition to helping ducks stay airborne, the lightweight nature of a duck's hollow bones helps them to float on the water. If ducks had normal, solid bones like other creatures, they may weigh too much to float on water easily. Ducks have some unbelievable feathers that also aid them in their quest for buoyancy. The benefits that a duck's feathers provide them when it comes to floating are actually twofold. One benefit that these fantastic feathers provide is the ability to trap air within. In other words, air gets trapped in the many feather layers that a duck has. When a duck swims, the air remains trapped and helps make them more buoyant. How is this possible? Well, it's all thanks to the interlocking barbules of duck feathers. This adaptation makes ducks extra fluffy and essentially creates a shield that keeps water from touching their skin while holding air hostage within. To make all of this possible, ducks have a sneaky way of keeping their feathers in tip-top shape. It's all thanks to a little magic from the uropygial gland. The uropygial gland. It's a little reservoir located near a duck's tail that produces an oily substance. Ducks rub this liquid all over their feathers, and this incredible substance essentially seals off their feathers from the water, making it roll right off. If ducks didn't have a uropygial gland, their feathers would become waterlogged and they would struggle to stay afloat. Although few are aware of this, ducks have 9 internal air sacs that are very important to their efforts to stay afloat on water. Now, the air sacs do much more than help ducks to float. They also help them to breathe and play a key role in their flight. Of course, being able to contain so much air within your body goes a long way to increasing your buoyancy, so these air sacs are key to allowing ducks to easily float. Now that I've filled you in on the secrets of how ducks float, you may be curious if all of your quacking feathered friends have the ability to float so easily. Can all ducks float like this? Yes, all species of duck around the world can float. Even domestic ducks are capable of floating provided they continuously apply oil from the uropygial gland to their feathers. Ducks are graceful in the water, and it turns out that they are capable of far more than just floating. The ducks that you watch at the park may not seem like the most impressive creatures, but those who have observed some of the less common duck species know that these waterfowl are capable of some impressive feats. How about the ability to swim, though? Can ducks swim underwater? Yes, ducks can, indeed, swim underwater. In fact, many ducks rely on their ability to swim underwater to provide them with food. Waterfowl hunters break ducks down into 2 key groups: diving ducks and dabbling ducks. Diving ducks include species like scaup, scoters, mergansers, and many more, while dabbling ducks include mallards, teal, shovelers, and more. Although diving is far more commonly observed in ducks categorized as diving ducks, dabbling ducks can also dive to evade predators if need be. Okay, now that you know that ducks can dive, you may be curious as to how long they can remain submerged. How long can ducks hold their breath? The amount of time that a duck can hold its breath depends on the species, with diving ducks being able to go without oxygen for longer than dabbling ducks because they've evolved to feed underwater. While dabbling ducks may not be able to hold their breath for much longer than 30 seconds, a diving duck generally has no problem holding their breath for more than 1 minute. The exact limits of a duck's ability to hold its breath haven't been confirmed, but know that these quackers have an impressive lung capacity. You may wonder how quickly ducks that do lots of diving can swim to the surface to catch their breath. So, how fast can these waterfowl swim? Ducks are clearly capable swimmers, but it's worth figuring out their swimming speed. For instance, would it be possible to beat a duck in a swimming race? How fast can ducks swim? Ducks are not the speediest swimmers in the bird kingdom, with researchers finding that ducks typically dive at a speed of only about 0.35 meters a second, or 0.78 miles per hour. Now, some claim that they've observed some ducks swimming at speeds of 20 miles an hour, but these assertions have not been backed up by research. Plus, ducks could only feasibly sustain such speeds for a few seconds, if possible. Now, if you've spent a bit of time watching waterfowl, you've certainly noticed that ducks have webbed feet. What's up with that? Why do ducks have webbed feet? Well, the webbed feet of a duck are vital to propelling these birds through the water. Without webbed feet, ducks would not be able to navigate the water with the ease that they display. Whether they're paddling along the surface or propelling themselves underwater, a duck's webbed feet are crucially important. Without them, it wouldn't really matter that a duck can float, as they wouldn't be able to move around in the water very easily. Now that I've filled you in on the importance of a duck's webbed feet, you may wonder about the extent of foot webbing in ducks. Do all ducks have webbed feet? Yes, webbed feet is a characteristic that all ducks share. Since water is so central to a duck's lifestyle, it's no surprise that all duck species have webbed feet to help them navigate the aquatic habitats that they call home. Even the most common ducks have some incredible secrets to help them stay afloat. From their internal air sacs to their hollow bones, ducks were made for life on the water. If you want to know about a disease that puts ducks like these at risk, be sure to check out my video on avian influenza here. I hope you've enjoyed learning about the unique adaptations that make ducks so special. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more awesome bird content. This is Connor from Worldwide Birder, signing off.